Hey guys, Rob here, and thought we'd take a look today at a gun I've had for a little bit. I got this not too long ago, but in the process of moving and everything, I just hadn't had time to do a video on it. What we have here is a Springfield XDS Mod 2, and I bought this. I bought it used, but it was part of the Gear Up promotion XD or Springfield had going on. Sorry, it's early and I'm probably not fully awake yet. But anyway, this was part of the Instant Gear Up promotion Springfield had going on here a while back. And what we have here is the XDS Mod 2. And the only thing I didn't get with it was the white cardboard box that this came basically laying in. But what you got is the range bag, and it has a little place here for the morale pouch, or patch I should say, on the front. That is Velcro engraved on the bag. You have two compartments, and in the front compartment here it came with of course you got the cable lock. It had a chamber flag indicator in it. It has a pinky extension floor plate there, which was on the magazine, and it had a flat one in here. I put the flat one on. I don't like the little pinky extension. A couple extra fiber optic rods there in case you need them, and a free sample of Lucas Extreme Duty gun oil. I bought some of this Lucas gun oil, and I didn't like it. It stunk so bad it almost made me nauseous. I don't know what it was about it, but I did not like it. I use rim oil, so that came with it. And this one came with, it's a pretty nice little range bag that they include. But inside one of the pockets you have the gun, and it was packed in this blue metal guard bag, corrosion preventive packaging. So that's to keep your gun from corroding, and it came inside that. And like I said, it did have the little pinky extension floor plate on it. And there's a look at the gun. This is the XDS Mod 2 3.3. This one here came with, it's got the fiber optic sights, 3-dot, or 2-dot on the back I should say. There's kind of what your sight picture would look like. Pretty decent little gun. I've owned these in the past. I've owned two of the original XD. I had one in 9mm and one in 45, and I liked them both. For some reason, every time I get one, I tend to let it go. They're kind of, for the way I carry, they're kind of on that cusp of being, they're not a big gun, but they're not a small gun by any means. You know, it's a fairly heavy gun. It's not really a pocket gun. You about have to carry this on inside the waistband, you know, holster of some type. Especially if you carry it with the larger magazines. But and this one does have the grip safety, which as far as I know, all Springfields has those. You do have the ambidextrous magazine release. You can access that from either side, and I tend to like that because a lot of times I use my index finger, my trigger finger, to push the mag out. It just seems more intuitive, although this one is easily reachable with the thumb. This one would not be hard at all to. Some guns I have trouble reaching the mag release with my thumb, but this one's right there, and it is protected, so there ain't much danger of accidentally uh, activating the magazine or pushing the magazine out. It's got the what they used to call the grip zone texture, which is they left off the writing that said grip zone, which never bothered me. I had one of the other XDs that had grip zone written on it, and it didn't bother me. One way or the other, it's just a gun. Uh, it looks a little better with it left off, but it didn't bother me that it was there on the first ones out either. I don't know if the XDS ever had grip zone written on it, but anyway, enough about that. It came with this one actually came with 4 9-round magazines, so I got a total of 5 magazines in all with this gun. So, you know, Springfield always has these promotions going on, and they're typically always really a really good promotion. I've done this once before with a new one that I bought, a first generation XDS, and they sent me a 6-round, a 7-round, and an 8-round, or a 7, 8, and 9, I should say, round magazine, and a Kydex holster, or their little holster, and a mag carrier. So this one comes with the 4 9-round magazines, and of course that adds quite a bit of size to the gun when you install the 9-round magazine in it. As you can see, it's pretty large in my hand. It actually hangs over, and I have fairly large hands, so plenty to grip onto there. And that gives you 9 plus 1 total rounds, so 10 rounds of 45 ACP, or I'm sorry, 9 millimeter. This one has a very nice trigger, as you can see here. The trigger, and this gun is unloaded. There's no rounds anywhere near it, but the trigger is fairly nice. Let's get it where you can see it here. It's got a little bit of take up to right there, and once it gets to right there, it's got a little bit of movement, and it breaks. Now, that little bit of movement you really can't feel when you're shooting it. I've not shot this gun a lot. Actually, first time I shot it, me and my nephew took it out back and shot it. So it doesn't have a whole lot of take up, but it's got a little bit. And the reset on it is right there. And then you got a little more travel and snap. So overall, these are awesome little guns. I've always liked XDs. Personally, in my opinion, I've always preferred the XD over a Glock. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate Glocks, but I've never kept a Glock. I think and I'll probably get a lot of negative comments for this, but I think Glocks are overrated for what you pay for them. I think they hit upon something good. I'm not saying they're not a good gun, because they are. But they're just not the gun for me. The grip angles have always been wrong, and they just always felt weird in my hand. So I think there's better guns. And the people that say that if you don't own a Glock, you'll probably die. You know, I've owned several XDs and never had an issue with any of the XDs. My only issue with the XD is, like I said earlier, the size. Now, there's the XD compared to the pistol I carry every day, which is the Ruger LCP2. And this is my carry gun. I carry this every day. This is in my pocket from the time I get up to the time I go to bed at night. And I put several hundreds of rounds through this little gun, and it has been nothing but dependable. I painted the front sight there. But my issue with the XDs or any guns of that size, of this, is the size and the weight. But as you can see, and this is not a fair comparison. This is just letting you know, this is one of the reasons why I don't particularly hang on to a gun like this, is because I have full-size guns for my home. I don't really find myself carrying a gun of this size that often. So anyway, guys, just thought I'd bring you a gun video this morning and kind of let you look at the latest acquisition I've got. A little update on my, if you watch my channel and subscribed, you know I sent my Heritage Rough Rider back for repairs, and it's still, it's been over a month now, I guess, and they still haven't looked at it. So I called them yesterday, and they, of course, you know, if you watch my channel also, you know I recently moved, so I had to get into our clerk's office to get my address changed on my license, because I didn't want the revolver being sent back to the old address, and they wouldn't send it to the new address unless I proved it. Anyway, I inquired about its status then, and they said that it had been received but was waiting to be repaired. So the 12 weeks they said it would take, it's probably going to take, because they haven't even looked at it so far. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video, and when I get a chance to get a little more time, I'm going to take this XDS out, and we'll put some rounds through it, and we'll see how it shoots. And I appreciate each and every one of you watching the video, and I thank you guys for taking the time, leaving comments, and giving me thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. I try to keep the content, you know, varied, so something that might interest other people. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.